Following Tinubu's motion in a U.S. court in Washington, D.C. to block or delay the release of thousands of files that the FBI promised to release, Tinubu filing this lawsuit in U.S. is an indirect acceptance that these files seriously incriminate him. Remember, the FBI goes after hardened and serious criminals, people who commit heinous felonies. An average Joe who committed a misdemeanor, a traffic ticket, won't get a file at the FBI. In order to counter Tinubu's latest move to block the file's release, Greenspan, the owner of Plainsight, filed a counter motion, urging the court to grant them a hearing as soon as they can, even if it's by Zoom meeting, so that they can explain exactly why the FBI should release it immediately. Remember that it was Greenspan that filed the Freedom of Information Action in the first place in collaboration with David Hundeyin, our own investigative journalist. In the other video, we speculated that Greenspan and his associates might not be able to prove to the court the urgency and the effect it will have in Nigeria if the FBI releases the files immediately. Since the FBI promised to release 500 pages by the end of October, whatever they have right now, even if it's 300 pages, they should release them immediately. That's exactly what Greenspan is asking the court. According to the court filing, the reason he cited for the urgency is the Nigerian Supreme Court's sudden move. They brought forward the hearing for the admittance of Atiku's new evidence from Chicago State University, despite the respondents choosing 31st of October 2023 for the hearing. The Supreme Court suddenly fixed the hearing on 23rd of October, being Monday next week. So it all looks fishy. It seems they want to deliver judgment early so as to absolve themselves from all that will arise from the release of the FBI files on Tinubu. Yes, it's most likely not that it will matter to these judges because of what they have done in the past and what they are planning to do, plus what they've done right now. It wouldn't matter to them. Even if you release damning evidence of criminal activity of Tinubu, it will not deter them to deliver the injustice they plan to deliver. But if these FBI files are released before they deliver judgment, at least Nigerians will know the character and the past of someone called Bola A. Tinubu. What is happening in Nigeria is a show of ethnic supremacy. Some people are showing others that whatever they decide that will happen in Nigeria will happen, whatever it takes. That they are above the law, that even if they decide to make a criminal the president, that nothing will ever bring him down. So it has never been about national interest or Nigeria. It has always been about the interest of a few people. That's what is going on. So all these files, all these revelations will have no effect. Yes, this is very evident because it is the same law that the appeal court justices interpreted that other election tribunals are interpreting and disqualifying people who forged certificates. So why is that of Tinubu different? Look at the composition of the panel of justices that will hear this appeal. Our national diversity is not reflected on the panel. They are not even hiding it. Yes, granted that there is a shortage of Supreme Court justices, but it has been so even before the elections took place. So why didn't they anticipate that this will come to the Supreme Court, that the panel needs to reflect the diversity because of the importance of the presidential election? So it was planned ahead of time, and they expect us to take whatever this panel will conjure as representative of justice. Imagine having a judge whose son is a member of APC, the other son is a lawyer who represented APC in the current tribunal. So effectively, the son will be bringing his case in front of his mother. The least she could have done is to recuse herself from sitting on the panel. If they don't have enough justices, let them appoint new ones as a matter of urgency before they hear the appeal. Even the chairman of the panel is supposed to retire on the 27th of October. Why appoint someone to head a panel when he's supposed to be on terminal leave by now? What is really happening? It is against the law to be lawful, to be law-abiding in a lawless society. People who make peaceful change, Nigerians believe they could make a peaceful change through elections in this country. But they are now telling us to our faces that we can never achieve peaceful change, that it can only come by violent means. Yes, all the laws have been broken by the people that are supposed to uphold the law. What option is left for the common man? If the common man cannot get justice in his own country, that means the country is telling him that he must take the laws into his hands. It's as simple as that, because if someone is seeking justice and he doesn't get that justice, the person might be forced to go and get that justice, get that vengeance by himself. The state is supposed to take care of its citizens. But in this case, they have become brutal to our faces. They're telling you to your face, you can't do anything. We are better than you. You can never be this. You can never achieve this. Whatever we say, whether it is illegal, whether it is against the law, it must stand. That is exactly what is happening in Nigeria. They don't care about the image of this country anymore. Our image right now is at the lowest. The worst part is that the man that doing all this for is not even competent. Look at how he has brought Nigerian economy to its knees in just a few months. Look at the dollar exchange rate. No one is talking. But remember how everyone was on the streets of Nigeria protesting in 2011, 2012 against the government of Goodluck Jonathan. But compare that time to now, you will see that Nigerians were actually in heaven in 2011, 2012, even up to 2015. So it has been a show of shame the past 8 years. Buhari printed 23 trillion naira without the requisite approval from the National Assembly. It was while he was leaving office that the National Assembly quickly authorized the borrowing from the central bank. This one has started borrowing from any financial institution that is willing to lend Nigeria money. They borrow all these monies to fund the largest cabinet in Nigeria's history. They tell citizens that there is no money, that Nigeria is near bankrupt. But they keep employing hangers on, feeding on the mega resources that the country has. What is going on? Why are these people not concerned about Nigeria's future? Why are they focused on now, what they will get now, how they will feed fat on the mega resources of the country? All this money they are borrowing, definitely all Nigerians will pay the money back. But are all Nigerians benefiting from the loans at the moment? The answer is no. The future generation and the current youths in the country right now, they've effectively mortgaged their future. They will spend all their productive years repaying loans that their grandfathers wasted. Look at all the judges, look at their average age, look at all the politicians. In fact, everyone that is pulling the string in Nigeria, they are all around 70 years. Why are old men holding the country hostage, holding the country in a situation where it cannot grow? If they were competent, it wouldn't have mattered, because we all want a country that will work for everyone. But they are incompetent and insisting that they will remain in power. So ultimately, they want to destroy the country. Nigeria is nearly bankrupt. Loan servicing alone takes up about 97% of revenue. So all other expenditure above that will come from additional borrowings. So you can imagine in future, or just in a year's time, loan servicing might take up to 120% of revenue, which means effectively we can't service the loans. We need to borrow more in order to repay existing loans. So you can understand how bleak the future is. These people might think they are doing all this because they have other countries where they can run to when anything happens or Nigeria becomes too bankrupt that it can't even exist. But majority of Nigerians, at least up to 133 million people living under the poverty line, cannot move to another country. They don't have other citizenships that they can run to if something grave happens here. Here's hoping that the judge in the court where Aaron Greenspan filed the latest motion will hear the matter quickly and also deliver a quick decision so that the FBI will release the files immediately. Let all the pressure keep mounting so that maybe something will give. But although we do not have any hope that anything will give, looking at all that is happening, nothing good will come out of it. Thanks for watching.